leave armor on his own device, I think it's gonna be hard, you know. They are definitely gonna have to make sure that he has a game. Viper is the last, I think that's the last hero that you want to get sacked on in the lane. He has to be able to play the game. I feel like if the enemy does the tri-lane against your Viper, you need to actually do a tri-lane too. I feel like that's something that I would consider.
Okay, a try with a tree, Shadow Demon. I mean, that seems pretty good, honestly.
It's pretty decent, you know, with heroes. We'll see. We have to keep our eyes on 9, you know, like whatever he does in the early game is going to determine a lot of the game.
I think it's funny because in a way I don't expect this to be a very crazy mid lane. A Skitter, kind of getting baited here just to cut down some trees. He'll be fine. They weren't in range for that disruption, or maybe didn't have the vision. Is there any world where you see some lane swaps happening? Probably.
With the twin gates, it's difficult now. You know, it's quite hard to enforce your matchup. I think it's just better to try to play the lane, pull creeps and whatever. If you have a difficult lane, you need to try to use creep pulls to try to equalize the lane. Lane swapping is not very good.
I don't think you can pull against either of these support duos, though. I think it's creep skip, because you've got some slows. I think the Warlock maybe you could sneak one away from, but not a tree. That guy will just kind of kill you.
Yeah, I mean, the small little things, small little exchange here. Fishman using disruption to stop Thompson from getting to his lane to block the creeps. Small little detail. But the wave is still in his favor. Stormstormer also got back to the lane a little bit slow because of that engagement in the rune. Yeah, so overall, let's look at let's look at what the Grimstroke is gonna do. Yeah, he's not.
I'm not sure if Snaking is dead already. Hold on, I hate to cut you off, Winter. Yeah, last auto attack. I mean, it was just the silliest, the smallest mispositioning there. Basically, his mistake was not anticipating Kataomi to be in those trees, and as soon as he committed that error, it was grievous. That's it. Just heads up play there, able to find the kill. And that's the strength. I mean, honestly, it's so easy to get first blood on this hero. He does so much damage. Leech Seed with one blood grenade.
Yeah,
he kill almost any support.
Disgusting lane. Trian and Viper.
it's real good. I mean, I do question why they're not considering the tri lane here. To be honest,
at least he has to find a move to try to gank through the twin gate as soon as he gets level 2. I don't think if you delay it, I think that the Viper will get too big, and if he controls the wave in the middle of the lane, then you are gonna have a hard time finding the twin gate rotations to kill him.
All about rotating through that twin gate. And what about for the carries here? I only bring it up because, of course, we do have that Faceless Void potentially threatening to rotate with a Chronosphere. Do you suspect any Chrono rotations here early on, or do you think we're lacking damage in Chrono?
Chrono into... Yeah, they don't really have much to follow up. I mean, maybe if the Tiny has Axe, you can throw your tree into the...
That's not happening before Skitter's at least level 12 and has a couple added. I mean, fair enough. That answers the question then. But yeah, I think other than that, the carries are just going to try and get the best start they can in these lanes. For Snake King, it's going to have to be a much different kind of a lane here that I think the Warlocks are used to. He's going to be having to play just a little bit more on the back foot. Found a nice camp at least. He's found the Ghost Camp for a really well executed half pull. So that'll go a long way for helping the equilibrium down here. You can see Kataomi's eager to not let that happen again. I just love focusing on these small things, as they do end up making just such a big difference. And that's a win there for Snay, able to unblock the camp immediately.
Top lane.
Yeah, in trouble here, as 33 is going to have that big old ink swell onto him, and eventually they'll get the damage. He was just slowed to a crawl there.
Yeah, that's the power magical. Of the Brewmaster plus Grimstroke. Anything that can nuke and trigger the Cinder Brew. And 3 minutes, Lotus has spawned, but Amar still wants to go.
He does.
They popped the glyph. They popped the glyph. Oh my god. He's going to be forced out of lane.
That was pretty intense. I mean, Skitter is going to be able to time walk away from the Leech Seed immediately. Snaking doesn't seem like he'll be as lucky. 5 poison attack stacks already with the creep wave still tanking very effectively. Skitter's still alive as Katomi does chase him down, provides vision. Skitter with another time walk here in a second. He's popped the second skill point into it as well, but it's still another 15 seconds till he has another one. Amar, limited reserves here on the mana, but with a mango, more than enough to get through this limited HP pool from Skitter. He might just be dead, hiding away in the trees, but that's no place to hide from a Treant Protector. Another double kill in this bottom lane, or the first one, perhaps of many.
Fishman.
Yeah, it looks like he may just be going down here. That Ignite slow doing a little bit too much work, and he will drop.
I think this trade is not very good for Tundra for sure. You know, even though they're killing the SD top, but PR is free farming still. If you look at the Void at bot lane, faces Void, he's not getting much. You know,
yeah,
he's very sad. I mean, the Grimstroke has to find a way to help bot lane, or at least control runes for Topson, and the Tiny has to make a rotation towards bottom 6 or 8 minutes, you know.
And I just want to point out how good Katomi is on this hero right now. There's no camps down bottom. Remember, he got his sentry dewarded, but he went back to body block it just to make sure that Amar can recover his HP, his mana, for them to get ready to go again. You know, he's not even leaving any quarter right now for Skitter, any safe farm for them to have. This wave's pushing so hard, and there's not much they can do about it. Really good support plays, honestly.
It's a faceless Void against a Viper lane, you know, like not just the Treant, you know, there's not much you can do by itself, you know. And mid lane, you see Stormstormer, he's also trying to just drag creeps and try to get efficient farm. He doesn't really want to contest against the Tiny at the moment, just doing the smart thing, trying to make sure you get farm.
Snay in the top lane. They will make a play for Watson. He's going to use the Doppelganger. Does still get connected. Trying to juke him out now with the illusion. Seems like they maybe have fallen for it. Snake King, you know, hitting him with the upheaval level 2. And Fishman, well, he's not going anywhere here. 9 will still live. And Snay eventually is going to be forced. Upheaval. Oh, what a spell. That's some gameplay right there. You ever just walk up in Dota and then just start channeling Upheaval for, what is it, 10 seconds? How long can you? 12-second channel? That's some gameplay right there.
Oh, mid lane, here comes the rotation. Tundra's bringing heroes.
Yeah, this could be good. Snake King looking for another APM of 2 as he's going to start this upheaval. Oh, goodness, look at it go. 9, he's running, and they're so slowed from this upheaval. They just cannot get away. Fishman, he's going to fall as well. It's a double kill for Topson, and with the wagon here, Entity, they could be in for some real trouble in this mid lane.
Yeah, that's a very big move here by Tundra. It's going to deal a lot of damage to the tower. No, I don't think they will be able to take the tower, but it's a good amount of damage. Topson, he can't get the power rune, but he's going to get a bounty rune. And let's see if he can make some plays on the map. I think he needs to be active because you have Warlock and Grimstroke supports. Both of these supports need levels, you know, so they need somebody to move around to give them some space. And Tiny is perfect for that.
Yeah, and Snake King's going to open up at least the bottom lane access now as he does find a really clutch D-ward. Good move from him. So he's not just standing here and channeling Upheaval. He's actually doing some D-wards as well. I mean, and credit to him because, I mean, his bottom lane's impossible. You know, you pick Warlock, you don't pick this hero to lose the lane anymore, funnily enough. But still, you know, able to rotate and get some action across other lanes. Skitter well on his way towards that Hand of Midas as we do approach the 7-minute mark, with both supports ready to collect their Wisdom Rune.
Yeah, Wisdom Runes, 1 apiece. This is what we want to see, you know. We have a game.
Equality. Making back top. I don't know what's the outcome here, to be honest. Okay, 33's nearby, has the Urn of Shadows, Snaking, the Upheaval. Watson, he's slowed. He's got the Doppelganger finally out, and they're actually going to trigger the split. As Kataomi is in the vicinity to try and slow down these Brewlings just a bit more. They believe they've identified the real Phantom Lancer by now. Indeed, they have. That's a really nice Fatal Bonds as well, and they should have the kill easily here onto Watson. Nicely done.
Very nice. Good rotation.
Oh, but they'll get Skitter down bottom in exchange. That Stormstormer rotating in for the first pulverize of the game, in addition to that Viper Strike. Top, though, Kataomi attempted to defend this tier 1 tower, as Treants like to do, but where are you going? You're not going anywhere. Snake Kings denied the entire area with the Upheaval. It's too darn tanky. They cancel the TP. They do not dare TP into Upheaval, Winter. What a spell. There it is. 3rd point in Upheaval. Hell yeah.
I have a lot of fun casting that spell on the dead lane farming creeps.
Yeah. Channel that for 14 seconds. You got your little imps spawning as well, your minor imps.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a good quality change of life, you know, for Warlock. You can never push out lanes before, and right now, haha. your teammate can never yell at you when you're doing that.
That's true. I imagine that the Midas purchase on this hero have fallen dramatically, because this used to be like a Midas is necessary hero. Same thing as...
Yeah, you don't need it now.
Yeah, same thing as like AA. I mean, you don't see AA now, but like you just don't really have anything else to buy other than like your Ags or something. But now you don't need it because you can just farm by channeling a spell for 14 seconds. What's the cooldown on this thing?
Okay, this is a good ward. Entity sees the Tiny moving away, so they're going to invade right now. They're trying to get a pick off here.
Yeah, they might get jumped mid instead as Fishman is unable to disrupt himself. Snake King avoiding... Well, actually, it's Entity avoiding Snake King because they want to go for the bigger kill, and that's going to be the Brewmaster. Upheaval! It's going to reduce the damage as well of Snake King. 33 still alive here. There's no way he makes it out alive, right? Look how slow Watson is. Stormer, he's leashed up. He can't get away. Stormer finally freed up from the leash, but he will be left without a kill here. That's incredible. That's the power of Upheaval.
That's the power of the drunken brawler, the stance, you know, he's been switching it around from the storm and the earth. Like when he's running away, he wanted move speed.
Wait, down bottom, Amar? Skitter might be fishing here for a Chronosphere. They do have a split. And the TP is coming as they do hurl the boulder towards Amar. He still actually doesn't know that Skitter is here, so he's going to not be too happy when he finally gets up these stairs. Snake King now in position with the Upheaval. Look at it go. A break onto Skitter forces him to time walk away. He's taking a bit too much damage, and it's going to be left to 33 to collect the kill onto Amar. Classic move from Amara, though, honestly. And you can see now how Entity are going to take advantage of this space. They did scout that stack being made, and Stormstormer moves in immediately to steal it after he knows at least two heroes have TP'd bottom.
Yeah. On the other hand, it's a very, really big kill on the Viper. 600 gold.
That's really true. Viper's not like a hero like the Mars where you don't mind taking a death on early. He's very momentum-based. Good point.
Yeah, it's going to give Skitter a lot of room to breathe for the moment. He really, really needed that. And right now they have level 6 on Snake King, so he has the rock. It's time for them to take a good fight around it. Split is on cooldown, however, 80 seconds, so they might want to wait for that as well. Can't wait to see the Soulbind double Fatal Bonds combo, man.
That's going to be a good one.
People just die.
People are just going to die. Snake King stacking the Ancients a third time is going to be intercepted by Amar. Golem is going to be dropped just to save the life of 33. Snake King eventually is going to be spat on and killed by Amar underneath this tower. They're on a Stormstormer. They're chasing him down, but the Fatal Bonds have not latched onto anyone else. Chronosphere does find Amar behind the tier 1 tower. He's still fighting here. 1 versus 4 out of mana. Can they get through him? Pops the wand. It's a lot of charges now fighting through tops. And can he take him down? He can. Gets the experience for it as well with Fishman, you know, kind of assisting here from the side. It looks like he will go down as Nine's going to get a big old Link Swell on over to him. Surrounded by 4. He will drop. A 3 for what? A 3 for 2 trade, if I'm not mistaken. Another deep dive from Amara, though.
Yeah, that's 2 death in a row, you know, for a hero like Viper. That's bad news. They got a rock out of Snake King.
Upheaval, look at him go.
Yeah, but I'm afraid that was too deep, you know, like you say, you know, they went in like too aggressive, trying to go for the kill there, and they paid a huge price for it. And Brewmaster is going to have his Midas up, and his split is going to be up right now, and he's halfway to his Radiance. This is good news for Tundra for sure, you know, they have answers coming towards the PL.
It's a double Midas team, of course, as well, right? We have not, I mean, you've just mentioned it, but Skitter and 33's had his for a while. Yeah. So it's coming along very swimmingly here. I think for Quest, sorry, I said Quest because Amar does this thing where he rotates the team names through his official thing. He's got Quest, and then behind he's got Creepwave. He hasn't played on Creepwave for about 1.5 years now, but, you know, it's a good one. I think does Katomi still have his? No, he does not. Rotation's coming through.
They might get a really big kill. Thompson, he's 50 gold away from his blink, you know. If they get him, this is going to be so big. But Peter's like, okay, guys, I guess I'm dead. Yeah, he will drop. Nice little smoke play for an easy kill, and not much a Tundra could realistically do about it. He didn't have anywhere to go, you know, because he feels like the Tiny is taking the bottom area, and he's close to blink, so he doesn't want to take farm away from Tiny, so he took the dangerous farm, you know, and he got caught. So that's how it is, you know. Not everybody can get the good farm, you know. If somebody gets the bad farm, he's gonna have a higher chance of dying to ganks like that, you know. So right now, Entity, they're gonna try to get the tower here. Chronosphere is still down for 25 seconds, but they do have the Bruce Split to defend if they decide to TP him over.
They'll have Golem as well in another 10 seconds
Yeah, they definitely
here.
should defend right now with the two ultis up.
They're thinking about it. There's the blink reveal. They're going to throw Amar underneath the tower. Inkswell stun into the avalanche. Upheaval as well to follow suit as Fishman. All he can offer is but a mere disruption as Thompson will be easily able to survive through that damage. Amar is able to output a third death here for Amar. In, 15 minutes, it's tough for Viper, right? It's really just kind of the momentum this hero needs, as we've been highlighting.
Check the net worth, he's still like top of the chart for his team. Even
true.
though he died three times. That was how fat he was before. Holy shit. This guy is just... And right now, Tundra wants to keep the ball rolling with the blink on top stun, carrying Inkswell up.
Fishman is going to get caught here. Inkswell stun into the avalanche toss is going to allow Fishman enough time at least to turn with a couple of spells, but now they're looking for a few more in return. They have not cast the Fatal Bonds yet, even through the Soulbind, preferring to channel the best spell in the game, Upheaval, allowing everyone else to leave here. Snake King doesn't have TP though, so he's just being chilling up here, and I don't think Entity sees him. So he'll be here for a while. Not sure how he ended up here, to be honest. Can you... Oh, you can just walk here.
Tumblr's Toy?
Tumblr's Toy, yeah, he vaulted in. Yep. Okay, in the meantime, though, into the triangle goes Stormer, picks up a kill onto 9. So, regrettably, the Upheaval, unfortunately, unable to stop them all. And maybe not even able to prevent the death of Snake King here. No, he'll be okay.
Yeah, he really likes his drums. Every game so far we've seen him play is like buying drums on his support heroes. Position 5, just going into a team fight using the drums, buffing his team, and he's doing the same again.
Yeah, that was a curious bit of initiation there. It looked like they were really convinced on wanting to go in, but
then the Brewmaster is like pinging his Radiance. Guys, 500 gold Radiance, please.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the classic, You have a relic and then your team is trying to fight. Guys, please, let me let me finish my Radiance.
Let them cook, boys. Let them cook. I mean, by then, they're definitely going to have another Golem to use. Still not enough for the Maelstrom here on Skitter. He's kind of still struggling, to be honest, on the Faceless Void. The poorest core by quite a margin here, behind Thompson by over 1k. Thompson, who, by the way, attempted to defend mid, is going to be forced to blink back, as Entity will be able to take down that tier 1 at last.
Oh yeah, by the way, did we talk about the shot? The Treant has a shot right now.
Oh, this is so good. Look at this. Snake King. I think he's going to get... No, Cap told me he's going to let him cook.
Nah, he's dead for sure. He's just... Oh my god, this is a professional Treant, man. He knows where he needs to jump over.
It's all right. Snake King, he's found happiness through the Lotuses. He's got a great healing Lotus now. Worth it for him. Farmed a whole wave.
This guy plays a lot of Treant when you see him having the casual win lace, This win lace is so important for you to cross certain areas with the trees being a little bit too far apart, but with the win lace you can cross over.
It's true. It makes, especially, you can see how he's utilizing that Tumblr's Toy as well. We'll see a little bit more of his movements a bit later on, but he's also been doing a good job. He's actually maxed the living armor first. Pardon me, I was expecting to see maybe Leech Seed or Nature's Grasp, but I guess he just wants to be able to slow down the push a bit better. And to be honest, Tundra's push is really not that much to write home about. All that armor goes a long way against a hero like Tiny, who just does not attack that fast.
I mean, this build is a little bit more, I would say, well-rounded. Not the aggressive build. The aggressive build is like you max out the Leech Seed first, so you try to go for kills a lot more. Like this build is more about like setting up, playing the map, because with more points in the Nature's Grasp, you can actually push out lanes, and at the same time you help your team with the global living armor, so you're not really playing for the Leech Seed that much. But I like this way of Treant, It depends on the state of the game. If it's a more... I want to sit and farm and play for the late game, I think this build is good. But if you have a more brawly lineup, you want to keep fighting, you have a lot of blink daggers, like the game we saw yesterday where they had an Earthshaker and they have two initiating heroes with blink. So in those kind of games, I feel like maxing the Leech would be good. And you look at how he's dewarding, he's using the Nature's Grasp to connect to the places where he doesn't have a tree to move on to deward. This is like the new tech right now you do with Treant Protector.
Yeah, it's True. Nature's grass now counts as trees, which is a really, really nice quality of life change. I also think, like, one last note on his skill build as Tundra are going to smoke up and look for a kill top. But one last note on the tree build is that it's counterintuitive, but, like, you know, you don't necessarily always want to max your skill build for your lane, you know, because you see a Viper, you're like, I want to max my leech seed. I think is quite a natural reaction there. But, you know, when you think about it, it's more about what you're going to be doing in the mid game and not so much the lane, right? You take your 2 points for the lane, and then you need to think about your future. And I think that's exactly what he's done. Katsumi, I mean, he's a pro on the tree, honestly. So always a pleasure to watch him.
He's one of the, for sure, at least for me, the best treants around. You know, I like watching his treant.
Well, so Q, I believe, has got a really mean tree, if I'm not mistaken, doesn't he?
Yeah, this hero, you need to be a specialist on this hero to be able to do the small little things properly that can give you the slightest edge to win the game. Very, very complicated hero, I would say, to play.
Indeed.
And as Stormstormer, once again, huge stack for him, so gonna help him to get to his heart.
Let's check up on a couple of our cores, right? Because we've been mostly focusing on a lot of these supports as of late. Radiance is finished for 33. That's why Tundra is taking such an aggressive posture here. But again, the push is slow thanks to that max living armor. Full blade mail, nearly a heart for Stormstormer, but he's still a bit further away than he'd like. He just needs another, basically 100, 200 gold, and he's got it. Don't think he'll be able to get that time here with his tower still alive, especially with the Tundra supports waiting in the wings, but they're going to make a play for it now. There's going to be Fatal Bonds #1. The rock dropped as well, snaking uninterrupted here, as he's just going to be able to find a kill easily on the Stormstormer. They're defending with what they have. Thompson on the way in. There's the overgrowth at last as Amar pumping in the damage onto Thompson. They will be able to get the kill on Thompson, but a Chrono catches 2. That's an easy kill. Watson will fall. A secondary onto Fishman. It's easy. And that is Tundra making a big team fight win. I was trying to build up to this, but it seemed like they were so close to some of their big items, Winter, but just beaten to the punch barely by Tundra. Maybe that's the difference the Midas makes.
I think they just forgot to account that the Grimstroke has shot. So the way they started that fight, they tried to go on the Brewmaster right away with the Polarize, but he just used the Inkswell to dispel it, and they turned the fight around. I think they just didn't really notice that the Grimstroke has a shot, you know, so that actually cost them the whole team fight.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was Shard or the Phantom.
Sorry?
I think you're right, it was the Shard.
It was the Shard, yeah, for sure it was the Shard, you know. It dispelled the Polarize. They just didn't really account to that. You throw your initiation onto one hero, and an important hero like Brewmaster, and he gets the split off, and you're done.
Okay, Thompson is going to be successful in defending his Wisdom Rune from an unseen tree. Obviously, he knew he was there because of the very suspicious nature's guys. And are Quest thinking about Roche now? Mars got his own BKB. They're bringing over Watson as well, who's got his Ags and Diffusal, and they're going to go ahead and start it up. Medallion for Fishman with the illusions to tank. They think that they can get this done. Honestly, without Golem and Chrono, yeah, why not?
With the Solar Crest, this is not that slow for them. And like you said, all the big ultimates are down. You have to be able to find trades like this when you're playing against Chrono, playing against Rock. Yeah, so they got another shard. Who got the shard? Oh, Skitter got... What? Skitter got the shard? Is he that poor? Huh? Okay, he just got really lucky or something.
Skitter got the shard. Okay, so that means both supports have theirs already, I believe.
Oh, yeah, they already have the shards. So, okay.
And I guess Brew probably had his as well because it's so good. So then it was between him and Thompson, right? No, actually, Brew probably... I don't know. I guess it must have been between Thompson and Skitter because Thompson doesn't have it. Yeah, and Skitter got the roll there. I mean, this one's pretty good, honestly. Reverse Time Walk. I think it's undervalued a little bit. It's not as good as, like, I don't know. It's not as good as the Grimstroke one for sure, but I think it certainly has a place late game. Question is it better than the Tiny Shard?
I think the Tiny Shard is better. I don't know.
Well, fair enough.
The Tiny Shard is better when you have a lot of items, but before you have a lot of items, the Void Shard is better, if that makes sense.
Yep, does make sense. Well, it seems like perfect timing for Tundra to pick up those shards in that
I
order.
mean, I still want to see the Soulbind double Fatal Bonds combo, you know.
We'll get
and
there.
people
We'll
just
get there.
dying.
You know what we did just see was Katomi's first blink. He tried to find a kill on the tops, and that didn't work out. Heart's finished now for Stormstormer as well, just kind of running through a couple of these entity items. And other than that, Watson's just chugging along pretty nicely for his itemization up into the Manta style next for him. But that BKB for Amar, yeah, had it before the Roche. But that's what I mean, though. If he had that in the fight where they tried to take near the tier 1 tower, maybe it goes a bit better for him. But not in the cards. Katomi is hunting for a Snaking. I think Snaking caught a glimpse of him. Snaking, he knows he's in trouble. Quick, upheaval like it's your last night on Earth, Snaking.
Space, guys, that was slow.
Look, Amar BKB to kill him. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I mean, so I believe you can use Overgrowth to cancel channels because it issues a stop command once you connects on the Overgrowth, but obviously he didn't want to do that. Amar said, screw it, man. A 9-second BKB is worth it for a kill onto this damn hero. That's hilarious.
That's like such a tilt BKB. Like, he got so mad and then I'm just gonna kill him.
100 move speed hero. Oh god, that's some good stuff right there.
That is justice being served to Viper, you know. He's so good at making people move with 100 move speed, and now he knows how he feels.
That's true. Too true. Katomi, yeah, he's really looking for a Chronosphere. It is going to be forced out. That's going to be a win within itself here, Skitter. He may not make it out alive either. Fishman, is he going to be able to find vision for the disruption? He does not. I thought he was going to throw a Shadow Poison. Chose not to. Amar, in the meantime, is going to take a death. And Winter, I didn't see how that one started, but I'm going to imagine a BKB might have saved him there. A BKB that could very conspicuously is on 20-second cooldown. Soulmind finds the PL. That's going to be only his first life down, as Snaking is going to be effectively splitting this fight with the upheaval. Watson spawns right in the middle of this. The Stormstormer is going down to all these Brewings. Golem's going to be dropped as well. On to 233, making a lot of work happen. Is Watson falling low a second time? Snaking even staying alive through the fight as the Boulder hurl. No, it's Skitter who gets the fight onto Watson. Make that Topson. A chaotic one here, but it's not over yet as Entity will continue dropping all around here to Tundra. Topson with another blink in with whatever he's got left of his mana. Picks up another kill and a phenomenal fight.
Brewmaster is doing so much in the fight with the Radiance. You know, they have no way of dealing with it. No pipe, no glimmer, nothing. You know, the illusions are just dying. PL can't do anything in the fights against this Radiance. They have to try to drag the game until the PL. I think PL is gonna need like so many more items. He's gonna need like Mage Slayer as well for the Blood Taunt. Stormstormer's initiating.
Yes, he is. There's a full pipe of insight online. No, his 33 is going to be a hard one to take down with Amar trying to beat him down now with the BKB active again. Katomi in the vicinity looking for more kills. He takes a long time to die, but I mean, he's dead. There's no way out of that one for him. By the way, I just looked at the death summary for the Phantom Lancer here. It was PL. PL did all the damage to him as an easy kill there. Fishman dies in the mid lane. On that second life, though, Watson took 1,500 damage from Warlock, which is unbelievable. And he might be set to take a little bit more damage as well. Topson now with the tree volley running on in. Watson, he's going to be struggling to get out of this one, and I don't think he will be. There go the Imps. Another kill for Snaking. Best ability in the game.
I mean, he's really good at using the Soulbind to just catch the real hero and setting it up for his team, especially the Tiny here. I mean, it's starting to feel that it's gonna be really scary. You have the axe on the Tiny right now. Yep. So Chronosphere, there's gonna be a lot of damage being chucked in. And the longer the game goes, it's gonna be getting harder for the PL to move around in the fights, you know? You have to really deal with the Radiance, which is a problem by itself. And then now you have to deal with the axe, Tiny throwing trees into the Chrono.
There's a Shiva's Guard on 33, you know, as well, to further reduce your damage and attack speed. And your healing, maybe. A Snaking is going to unleash a weapon of mass destruction onto the Tormentor. I'd like to see the Oppenheimer remake where Warlock maxes Upheaval first in lane. The first Warlock who did it and unleashed it onto the pro scene. It's an absolute war crime this build is, this hero is right now. Can't believe it. Well, he's playing a really good game, honestly. I like his decision as well to go for the Pipe of Insight. He knows he doesn't really need the Ag Scepter this game. Careful, though. Amar. Spidey senses are tingling here with all the TPs heading on back. I think he makes it out of here. He should. Skitter has Chrono, but doesn't find him with the vision, so he's going to have to stop chasing him there. Yeah, but back to your points, Winter, it just seems like Watson never really has a timing here, especially now that, you know, his basically mid-game didn't go at all how he wanted to, where he's able to, like, just jump around in these fights and get on top of heroes and do PL things. I don't know if they kill 33 here, to be honest. He has split. There's going to be Stormstormer's axe as well, so the breaks somehow not connecting. 33 is an expert at Aghanim Laboratory. They're looking to turn now with Skitter looking to close the door from behind. Catches 3 in the Chronosphere. Tops and throwing in the trees with the volley. The combo here of all ages as Amar. He lives just a second longer. But 3 dead and soon to be 4 as 33 also chases down Stormstormer. Over by the Lotus Pool. At least a nice resting place here for Stormstormer, but this game is out of control now for Entity.
Yeah, I mean, I like that you brought up like the PL seems like he doesn't have any timing to play with. I think this is due to you have a off-lane Viper, which doesn't really make your game better as the PL, apart from just winning his lane. He's gonna find snaking, but he has Thompson here to protect him.
Yeah, and 9's here to protect him as well. Snake at least out of mana, so can't hit him with the damn upheaval, but Watson is just going to jump in versus 5?
Oh.
I mean,
that's like a classic move where the carry is like, oh, my team doesn't make enough space for me, I'm just going to go fight and die.
Yeah, but I mean, look, we're looking at this replay, and hopefully it doesn't include that death of Watson, but I mean, just a combo here, right? That's the Wombo combo, basically how they drew it up. And a pretty easy kill for them there to follow suit onto Watson. And of course, Stormstormer split up. They just cannot get away. Really good job there by 33. Just called in reinforcements, acted all chill, and to get a really good fight off. And I just don't see really a way back into this one, to be honest with you, for Entity. It's seeming overwhelming. I think the moves they have to make. I mean, here's how I read into this, right, Winston? And let me know if I'm wrong. Basically, Entity can only win fights if Golem or Chrono are on cooldown. And maybe even now Primal Split, honestly. But since their tower damage isn't all that great, they're getting killed in every single team fight with all of their lanes getting shoved back in. It doesn't really feel like they have that much time. Like, Entity are now moving across the map, but Chrono is back in 30 seconds, and Rock is back in 45. You already have another split ready, so Tundra are gonna fight you if they find you. I just, you know, I don't see how they get back into this. They're going to look for Roche.
This is part of why when the map is a little bit bigger, those long cooldown spells tend to be a little bit better because it takes time for you to get to objectives.
Yeah, I mean, it took them about another 30 seconds to get into the Roche pit. Still not wanting to force the fight here, but Tundra, they've got everything but Golem here. Golem in just 15 more seconds.
Oh, they're going to see Watson.
They are, and he is just killed immediately. DD rune for Thompson. Yeah.
Your carry is dead.
That's it.
Okay.
Oh, no, and the bash, it finds Fishman. He was about to go through the 20. He's going to try again. I mean, a cute effort for him, but he's going nowhere. And that's they've led Tundra right to the Roche pit. So it's a free Roche to boot. 9 doing his due diligence. He's hunting around the pit to make sure there are no thieves in the woods. There aren't. And, well... Oh, yeah, that's the best talent. This talent used to be crazier, didn't this upheaval talent? I think they nerfed it kind of recently. But it used to be like plus 15 upheaval attack speed per second on allies. And that doesn't sound like such a big nerf, you know, on its surface, but... I mean, that's a 50% nerf, and I think this talent is still being chosen hands down. It is so good. This spell's ridiculous. I think,
especially hold on. When you have Void jumping into cast Chronosphere, you drop an upheaval, you're dealing damage and you're buffing the Void up. That's so good for the team fight.
I don't know where I saw on this, but I heard a clip somewhere of someone joking around. The spell is so good that it effectively feels like it's just a big AoE Doom channel at this point. You just can't leave, you can't escape. Usually, once it drops, all your spells are casted. 9, by the way, has got an Ag Scepter. He's got the Dark Portrait. It's always nice to catch a PL with it because you just spawn a bunch of illusions to annoy his own team. It's kind of the only hero I think he's too interested in grabbing. Maybe the Primal just for that attack damage, honestly. But Tundra pushing a 25k net worth lead here. Got themselves a cheese. Aegis with 4 minutes duration remaining. The kill onto Fishman by the looks of things here as 33 is easily going to 1v1 him.
Do you see how he set up that kill? He picked up an illusion rune, then he puts a trial to his own illusion rune.
That's dirty. I didn't catch that. He's got bots too, so yeah, that's a very fast panda. Starting to see a little bit more bots too get casually purchased. I'm a fan of that. You know, you talk about how big this map is, and that's certainly true. Being able to traverse it instantly to wherever your allies are, regardless of where your creeps are, that can always be a big point. Look at this attack speed. There it goes. Attack speed increased by 40, by 55, by 66. It's like you're powering up the Death Star over here or something like that. Attack speed by 70. I think it caps out at 70. Okay, Stormer trying to hide away in the trees. Nice reverse time walk. Buys 33. Enough time to get off the Primal Split. And from here, I don't know how Entity find the fight. Skidder zoning them out with the Chronosphere, but Stormer, he needs help, and he's not getting any. He's going to be able to Ogre Seal Totem away. The breaks doing enough damage here, at least to force Skidder back, because he can't find any bashes with that. But now counter initiation. Amar, he's just getting gone on. Golem is going to be dropped. Doesn't actually find Amar here. The force staff getting him away in time. Skidder continuing to chase. May have overextended. The Chronosphere only catching Stormer, but that's going to be good enough. Disruption from Fishman is buying them a little bit more time as Amar versus Skidder here. Skidder with the Aegis. Still actually pretty hard to take down. Will eventually fall, though. Stormer is going to die as well, but he's got a buyback and still has Pulverize. He's ready, waiting for Skidder to respawn, but does not find the Pulverize in time. Will now be looking for it here. Going in pretty deep. Pulverize canceled immediately, though, by a stun. Kataomi in with the overgrowth. They need a little bit more damage, though, and it's just not coming. Watson, he's got no confidence to be jumping around in these fights. Amar doing what he can, but low HP and low mana is being routed away from the fight. Kataomi, oh no, they're all sharing in the upheaval and the fatal bonds. They just can't support anyone else on the low ground. Finally, the upheaval's going to be canceled, but now Watson in trouble. Skidder running him down. The Doppel gets up to the high ground, but Skidder continuing to chase. Will reverse time walk on back, but it's Stormer who's maybe overextending here on the low ground. He's just bought back. Skidder's going to find his third kill in the engagement. That's Amar now buying back. It's 33. He's so chill. He's using the damn mighties in the fight. Viper Strike is going to be able to slow him to a crawl. That allows Watson to close the gap, but there's another split number 2 of this fight. That's how long it's been going on for NMR. He has far overextended. There's the affirmative out from him. Not much more he can do in this fight, especially with the upheaval applied. That's going to be another kill as well for 33 as Fishman goes down, and Kataomi's going to have to throw in the towel. GG, well played is called. It's Tundra. We take game 1 over Entity.
I mean, what a game. Skidder had a tough start, you know.